Alright, welcome back to episode 3 of season 6, Riverdale. We just, we watched it right after episode 2, the last time, so we sort of knew the stuff, and I actually had to rewatch it. I didn't have to, but I actually rewatched it again yesterday. I was writing some shit down.
You watched it again.
I mean, by watching it again, I was like mostly just writing shit, so I really wasn't even like looking at the screen at the time.
Finally, the viewers know the truth. You have no fucking life.
They already knew that. I play video games.
I mean, no, you play Overwatch. People with life and lives and rich, full lives play good games.
Pretty sure they don't play games at all, in general.
They do.
Oh, yeah? No, I doubt that.
No, listen, I'm a doctor, I know.
No. but alright, you say so.
Yeah. I do say so.
I don't believe it, though.
And what I say is 100% right 100% of the time. So shut your fucking mouth.
But yeah, this is the... What was it, the devil? I forgot the name of the title of the thing, but it's like the devil something or other. Yeah. The devil comes in your butt or something.
Sure, why not? Wouldn't be the worst title.
Yeah. But yeah, so it starts off with like obviously Jughead narrating, and I didn't notice this until when I was rewatching it again, writing the notes down. But like, he basically like he doesn't do like a summary, but he does like a little sort of like sneak peek at what's gonna happen in the like the episode. He's just sort of like, the devil comes, like he said something about the devil coming into town and doing some fucked up shit or whatever, and it's like, ooh, well that's basically what happens this episode. So then it goes to Pop's shop, and Pop is like helping some homeless guy or something.
Yeah.
Doing some good deed, and then like Tabitha makes a comment about, oh, you have such a big heart, and then like in the window you see like just some random dude just appear there randomly, and then his face just goes all like, he looks like Constantine from fucking like DC.
And then his face just goes like exactly like Constantine. But he turns into something from like the fucking Conjuring.
Yeah, his face just gets all like devilly, and you're like, what? And then all of a sudden Pop just has a heart attack, so you're like, alright. That's cool. So like, Pop's just like collapses or whatever, and then Tabitha's like, what the fuck? And then you're like, holy shit. The devil just killed the guy, I guess.
But did he shit his pants though?
Did he?
This is the real question.
He only shit his pants.
He only...
Like, everyone shits their pants when they fall over.
Nice.
It's just what happens. And then I think it goes from there, it cuts to... Was it Reggie and Veronica? And then Reggie can't sleep, and then Veronica's like, get back in here, whatever the fuck. And then Reggie's just like... or I forget what happens, like Veronica's like, oh, you worried about the casino opening because it's opening like tomorrow or something? And then I was like, holy fuck, that's opening pretty quickly. Yeah. I thought it would be like a while.
Yeah, you'd think, but no explanation.
They're just like, we only have...
So fucking typical with this show.
They're like, look, we only have like 3 episodes left. We need to fucking rush this show right now.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, yeah, and then right after that, Betty gets a fucking call.
And like, it's Glenn
from, I guess,
like,
the FBI,
hey,
and they're like...
hey, we
had the BTA killer, or BTK killer in custody, and you're like, what? Or and she's all like astonished, and like I'm astonished too. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm surprised.
TBK. Not
that's
BTK.
what I meant.
TBK.
Well, I wrote BTK killer. Yeah. that's why I was confused.
Bag of trash killer.
Bag, yeah.
That's what he kills people with, is just a bag of trash.
Well, isn't the BTK like an actual?
His villains, his victims always get away though.
Yeah. Well, no, isn't the BTK like an actual serial killer in real life?
Maybe.
Isn't he like? I forgot what it stood for. It's like torture, BDSM, and something else.
Oh, I don't know.
I think.
Fuck I know.
Alright, so it's TBK, whatever. Yeah, but like, so it gets a call from him, and then I was really surprised that they even like, I was like, wow, they're actually like, I thought they wouldn't touch him at all, or they wouldn't use him as like a, what's it called, like a plot thing in this 5-episode event. I thought they wouldn't touch him until like after, when they come back months later for like the actual season 6 or whatever, you know. But yeah, so apparently they're transporting him to Rivervale because he's only going to talk to Betty for some reason. And the phone's ringing.
Sorry.
Do you want me to?
No, I'm not gonna answer it.
No? Okay. Yeah. But yeah, for some reason he wants to just... They're like, we're only going to transfer him to Rivervale for some reason. Out of all the places you could transfer him to.
I don't know.
Because he only wants to talk to Betty for some fucked up reason.
Blackgate Prison?
Like, I don't know. What's that one in, I don't know, it's not... Well, there's Quantico, I guess. But where's that other one? Alcatraz?
Decommissioned.
Decommissioned.
Same with Guantanamo Bay.
What?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But how do I kill him? But how do I... Not kill. How do I, leave all the worst people? Where do I leave all my bad guys?
I don't know. You throw them in a ditch and light the ditch on fire.
I mean, that's cool, I guess, too. Yeah, so he gets a call. What is it? Oh yeah, Betty's mom. I always forget her name. It's Alice.
Yeah.
She's like on the news. Because I guess she's a news reporter, I forgot. That was a plot point as well. And then she's all like, casino's evil or whatever. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then, what's her name? Veronica and Reggie are...
Yeah. They invite her. Like, hey, we're not that bad, come and see.
Well, that too, but I was saying, like, before that, they just, like, see her on the news, and then they're just like, is she gonna be any trouble? And they're like, no, probably not. Or something.
Yeah.
But then, like, it literally goes to, like, was it Veronica, like, going up to Alice and being like, hey, this is, like, all fine casino job. Everything's above the books, and we're doing it all legitimately. But then, in between that, it's like this montage of, like, intercutting between her saying that to fucking Alice, and then, like, Reggie's all, like, to his, like, employees and whatever, and he's doing, like, the complete opposite. He's just like, we're gonna have, what's that thing called? Like, when you, like, it's like dice. Like when you fuck with the dice. Fuck. Not sticky dice. They basically are like, we're only serving alcohol. If someone's drinking water, we'll take it away and put alcohol in the place. And they're basically like, and we're gonna take like a certain percentage of our revenue to pay off like politicians and all that, so that they like look the other way and stuff. He's saying like he's doing like the complete opposite of what Veronica's telling Alice. It's like intercut, and it's like that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
To me. What happens? Oh yeah, then it goes to Tabitha at the hospital.
Yeah, and they meet this guy named Mr. Cypher.
Yeah, well the dude just teleports there into the room.
Yeah, because that's fucking normal and not sketch at all.
And then she's like...
His name is Lou Cypher.
Yeah, Lou Cypher, and it's like, you know, Lucifer or whatever if you put it together,
like,
right?
Ooh, ooh, hee hee, ha ha.
Yeah.
Very, very, very fucking clever.
And then she's like, why are you here? And then he's like...
I've come for your soul. I mean, your uncle's soul.
Yeah.
Because
not uncle, grandfather.
Because his... Oh, that's right. Because his father made a deal with me so that the chocolate shop would do well. He sold his soul.
Yeah, he sold his soul for that.
Tabitha's just like, holy shit.
And then, was it? Yeah, so it was the grandfather's father did that, and then the grandfather of Tabitha, like, in exchange for, so his father doesn't burn in jail, or burn in jail, burn in hell, that he's like, I'll sell my soul for it, or in exchange for his. So that's why. And then like, it's really funny too, because like, he teleports in, and then like, you know, she's like, who are you? He's like, you know, I'm Lou Cypher or whatever, and he's like, I come for his soul, and then she's like, but that would mean you're the devil, and then, but that's not true, and then he's like, yeah, it is, or whatever, and then his like face changes or whatever, but it's like, you just saw him like teleport randomly into the room. Like, of course, he's not just some regular person. I thought that was really funny though. But yeah, so obviously she's like, no, I don't want my grandfather to die or whatever. But then the devil is basically just like, oh, I can have a deal though. We can exchange your grandfather's soul for the shop.
Yours. Oh, the shop, right.
Yeah. Because at first she was like, oh, you want to trade my soul for his? And then he was like, no, for the shop. And then she's like, oh. Okay, and then he basically just goes, think about it, and then like, I guess the devil apparently has like a fucking, what are those things called? The calling card? He just like leaves her a fucking business card with his name on it and shit.
Yeah.
And then also, too, I just realized that like, the devil is British, I guess, too, because he's got a British accent. So that's, I don't know, I thought that was pretty funny to me. And then it goes, after that, she goes home, and the typewriter is fixed. There's just a bunch of duct tape and shit on it. And Jughead is writing on it. And then Tabitha tells Jug about the whole encounter with the devil. And she's like, well, I guess he's basically the devil. And then Jughead's like, oh, do you mind if I contact him? I want to interview him. I have questions. And you're like, what? Okay.
Seems kind of cringe.
Yeah. And then after that, it cuts to Veronica at the opening of the casino. And then you're like, okay, that's cool. And then like, as it's opening, you see like the devil walk in. And you're like, oh, Jesus. And like, but obviously like she doesn't know who he is. Yeah. But it does like a weird sound music when she walks in, and then also after that Alice walks in as well. And then, because I guess she's showing, because she invited her, right, to see the opening.
Yeah, and then the devil talks to Kevin about like being a singer, and he's like, oh, I don't have what it takes. And I was like, but what if I told you you did? If you signed this, you'd be in New York the minute, like the second you sign this. Yeah. You'd be the most famous New York Broadway singer.
Yeah. He's basically just
he's like, sign, motherfucker.
He's basically just like, yeah, he's basically just like, well, what if I could help you make that dream come true? And then he's like, what? And then he's like, and then he gives him like a little taste, and then he's like, goes up and he's singing, and then I guess it's like, I don't know if it's like a vision of the future or something, but like it shows like Fangs being his like agent or something, yeah. And then everyone like loves him or whatever, and then he's all just like, you have this, and then his agent in this vision thing is like, you have, you know, 20 different shows to go to, and you have like the Met Gala or whatever the fuck. And then like immediately after that it goes back to like them chatting, and then fucking Kevin's like, oh fucking hell yeah, sign me up for that shit. Just like immediately. And the devil's like pulls up the contract and he's like, hey, do you want to take a look at it? And he's like, no, fuck that, I already know, fuck that, I'm gonna sign that shit immediately right now. Like without even looking at it, you know, because obviously it says somewhere in there that it's in exchange for his soul. But, you know, I guess he just doesn't give a shit about that.
No one reads the contract.
No.
And if they read like the contract, because, I mean, if they had a brain, they would read the contract.
Yeah, exactly. No one fucking... There's many times where they do that and, like, no one looks at it. There's about, what, how many? There's about 8 different... There's like 3 or 4 different times like in the show where they say that, and like they just like from 3 different characters, and like none of them look at the fucking contract at all. It's funny to me. Let's see, what do I have here? Oh yeah, and then right when he so basically right when Kevin signs it, I actually paused it to take a look at it, because we just saw it. Like, you can just see it. It shows up for like maybe 2 seconds, but like it's a little bit quick. But like the devil pulls out like a little notebook for some reason. It has like names on it, and then he crosses out Kevin's name. And I guess he came in there to get their souls. And there's a bunch of names on this notepad, and it's I wrote it down here. It's Arbetty, Reggie, Tabitha, Jughead, and Kevin. So he already has Kevin. Although the one part where he has Reggie doesn't make sense considering what happens later on, but yeah, I guess we'll get to it.
Veronica finds Lou or Lucifer, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
She's like,
he was like winning a bunch in the blackjack or something, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then she goes up to talk to him.
She's like, "Bro, you're not on the list." and he's like, nah, fam, check with your boy Reggie.
Yeah.
And he's like, and she's like, yeah, but I'm not Reggie. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know, but what a fucking stupid thing to say.
Yeah, she basically
we know you're not Reggie.
She basically just tells him to fuck off and get out of here.
Yeah.
And then he's like, alright.
So he leaves and he talks to... Oh yeah, this is fucking hilarious. She talks to Reggie. And Reggie's like, yeah, he's here to collect your soul.
Yeah.
And
No. It's he made a deal with the devil for a soul for the... Because I guess he traded it for money?
Yeah, to get the casino up and running.
Yeah, because they were calling for investors, and
it wasn't his soul. He auctioned off he auctioned off Veronica's.
Yeah, no, but that's like later.
No, I thought it was this scene.
No, this one is one like you find out later that that's what happens. But this one, he's like it was my soul. I offered my soul in exchange for the money for the thing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it tells that he sold his soul for money for cash. Asks Veronica to help him, essentially. And then after that, it goes to Betty and the trash bag killer talking. And they're just like sitting at a table across from each other. And like, the mask looks so fucking dumb on the trash bag killer.
I know. It's like a trash bag. It's like a laminated trash bag mask.
Yeah, like it doesn't look like a trash bag at all.
Yeah.
It's like a seaweed wrap or something. And then like the first thing that she asked out of like out of like every possible thing that she could fucking ask, or like, you know, anything in the world, like her nemesis that she's been like trying to hunt for the last 7 years is, she asks if evil exists, like true, pure evil, and if he is that. And I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? It's so random.
I know.
It's just like, oh, okay. You could have asked why you kidnapped me. You could have, I don't know, felt like literally anything else.
Oh, yeah, and then Glenn phones. And then he's like, yeah, I just got finished talking about the trash bag killer. He's here in Riverdale. You sent him here. And Glenn's like,
no, I think it's Betty calls him, actually.
Yeah, that's what
She's
I
like,
said.
fuck. She's like, get him out of here.
Yeah. He's like not talking, and Glenn's like, the fuck you on about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he's like, what? And he's like, the trash bag killer isn't in custody, and she's like, what? And then you're like, wait, what? Even the audience members are just like, wait, what the fuck? And then at the time I was like, oh, so it's the devil, I guess. Yeah, and then Glenn's like, should I come? And then Betty just hangs up.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it goes to Tabitha at the hospital again. Pop wakes up. And then he basically tells her not to trade the diner for the souls because it's a refuge for lost souls or whatever. Even though
it's also a restaurant.
Even though like, what's it called? Like, out of the last 6 seasons, this is the first time we're like, oh, I guess this is a place for lost souls, even though you wouldn't have come to that conclusion earlier or before this. But alright, I guess. And then it goes to Veronica calling the devil for a different soul. She's like, I have a more juicy evil soul for you to get. Then it cuts to Jughead had called the devil for an interview, and they're sitting across the table from each other. And I guess the devil can just, well, I guess because he's the devil, he can just be in like multiple places at once.
Yeah.
Or just he can just like travel all over really quickly, I guess. I don't know. Because it all just happens like super quick. But basically, Jughead asks the devil for an interview. I don't know why. It's weird to me. But the devil sets a deal.
No. Hey, wait a minute. No, that scene with Veronica and Reggie before?
Yeah.
That's when Reggie told her that he auctioned her soul off. Because now they've conspired to get that guy to go to hell instead.
No, yeah, no. I'm pretty sure it's after. Veronica or Reggie doesn't tell that, or she doesn't find that out until after this other soul.
Oh.
Yeah. Because at first it's like a trick or whatever. But yeah, so back on the Jughead devil. So the devil sets a deal for him because Jughead's like, I don't want to sell my soul for this interview or whatever. But then the devil is like, okay, I have a deal. So either the devil tells all, like, I'm assuming all mysteries in his whole life or whatever, and then Jughead gets to publish the interview, and then Jughead gets all the fame from it and whatever, but he loses his ability to write, and then he can never write again. Or option B, he does the same thing, tells the whole story, all the mysteries of whatever the world, I guess, or the universe. But Jughead can't write a single thing about it, but then his creative juices will be flowing really crazily or whatever, and I guess he can write really good or something. And his creativity goes up. And I don't know about you, but for me, I'm like, okay, go with option B. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Just like, just be super creative and not have to write about it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll get onto this in a little bit, but like this part confused me too with the devil writing thing. I don't know. It was really weird. Because I'm just like, why? I feel like it's so much I don't know, I just feel like no one would believe you. But, I don't know, I guess that's just me. But then yeah, it goes to... What happens? Jughead's basically like... Can I decide after we have the interview? And then the devil's like, sure, you know, obviously enticing him. And then we get a surprise, and then we go back to the casino, and then we get a surprise visit from a previous member. And it's Veronica's talking, and then there's Nick St. Clair from like episode or season like 2 or something. He hasn't been in like the last 4 seasons.
Who is this? Oh yeah, that guy.
Nick St. Clair, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's at the casino, and he's the soul that she's going to, I guess, trade instead of Reggie. And then it cuts back to the devil and Jughead talking. And I guess the devil told all of his life stories and all the universe mysteries or something. Jughead's like super wide-eyed, and he's all like, he looks like he just like shat in his pants or something.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, I choose option 1. Obviously, because we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And the devil's like, good job, and then grins.
Sends him to hell to burn for all eternity.
Sends just his penis to hell.
Yeah.
Like, no!
It's like you have a choice. You can live. You don't have to go to hell. You can live up here. But your penis goes to hell.
Yeah.
You'll never have sex again.
Yeah.
You'll have to use only a 50-inch strap-on.
No, it's like...
No woman will let you have sex with her.
It's like either A, you what was it? Either A, you like sell your soul to me, or B, you like you still live down here, but your dick, you no longer have a dick anymore. It's like fuck. I don't know. But yeah, then it goes back to the casino, and Veronica's talking to Nick St. Clair.
Yeah.
And then she's like seducing him in this room.
She's like, what would you rather do here in this situation? Would you...
No.
Like,
she's basically just
something like that.
She's basically just like, tell me all like the evil shit you've done. And he's basically just like, I fucking had 8 hit and runs. I fucking had 10 sexual harassment lawsuits on me. I drink and drive all the time. And you're like, what the fuck?
I murdered 50 billion people at one time, and we're all like, what?
Yeah. And it's like, even if like this wasn't like some supernatural thing, like that's like what? No, but like, why would you say that? Like when, like, what if Veronica had like a tape recorder on her or something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then basically she just goes, would you sell your soul to the devil for me? And then he goes, anything for you if you're the one holding the pitchfork or whatever the fuck, because he's really horny. And then Veronica basically just goes, is that good enough? And then the devil's like, yep. And then like taps him on the shoulder and then like takes him to hell. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess you don't need people to sign contracts either. You can just fucking just verbally say it, and that counts too now. So I'm like, all right. Then I'm like, then what's the point of like having to get people to sign all these contracts all the time, going through all the effort to fake people's what's it called, to get them to sign the contract, right? When you could just make them verbally agree to it. I feel like that's so much easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just me, I guess. Oh yeah, and then also something I forgot to mention too. Nick is also a senator, I guess, because this is also like the 7-year time skip that we haven't seen him in.
Not anymore, he isn't.
No, I mean he's fucking just in hell now, I guess. Fucking getting stabbed in the ass with fire around him.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if I had to guess what hell was, it would be that.
Yeah. If you had to guess.
Satan and his, like, pitchfork-shaped dick.
I just got dildo on, fucking you. And then there's just fire all around.
But, isn't Satan, like, male? Wouldn't he have a dick anyway? He wouldn't need a dildo.
We don't need dicks or vaginas in heaven or hell or whatever. So then it cuts to Jughead deciding whether or not to publish the article. And like I said, I don't know who the fuck would believe this article was actually written by... I don't know who the fuck would read this and be like, oh yeah, he actually did talk to a devil. To the actual devil, like... You know what I mean? Like, there's so much fake shit out in the internet.
Yeah.
You could probably read like a... I don't know, a book about fucking Bigfoot or something. You really think people are gonna be like, oh my god, this is legit and real. Just because he published it into a fucking newspaper. But he decides to do it, and then, was it BTK and Betty are talking?
TBK. TBK.
Oh, wait, I did actually write it right then.
You sim?
TBK. Yeah, I did write it right then. You made me think I didn't write it right. I've been writing TBK on it. Maybe I got it confused up here somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, he's talking, and then he's basically just like, yeah, I'm the devil. And then Betty's like, well, if you are the devil, can you make me talk to my dad? And then he's like, okay. He doesn't say anything, he just goes limp, and then all of a sudden you hear like a weird echoey voice in the distance.
Betty, I'm burning alive here.
Yeah. And you're like, wait, what?
And I'm like, okay, this... Alright.
And he's just like, you hear like fire in the background, and it's like his voice or whatever. And then he says something that makes her believe that it is actually him. Right? Saying something about something that happened in her childhood or something. And then she's like, what the fuck? And then what happens after that? Yeah, it's being channeled through the TBK. Oh yeah, and then so after it cuts back to Veronica and the devil talking. And then Veronica's like, this is like after trading the Nick St. Clair soul. She was like, you know, so we're good now or whatever. Or she's thinking that they're all good or whatever now. And then, but then the devil's like, but I'm still coming back here on Saturday or whatever the fuck. He's like, I'm still coming back here. And then she's like, wait, what? And then, this is after she was like, so Reggie's safe then, and then the devil's like, I won't touch a hair on Reggie's soul. and then he's like, but I'm still coming back here on Saturday to collect my, whatever it is. It's not reward, but to collect my fucking thing. And then she's like, wait, what? And then he's like, you silly girl, it was never his soul that was under the line, it was your soul. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. He's like, man, I like myself way better. You're a bitch. I'm gonna auction your soul off instead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna auction my girlfriend's soul instead. Like, wait, what?
He's like, I didn't like having sex on top of money. That's why.
Yeah, that was that was the deal breaker.
Yeah.
You get to have sex with a hot chick.
And I don't want to have sex on a bed full of money. That's kind of weird.
Just kind
of sus.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of sus. What happens after that? What happens? Oh yeah, and then after that, I think V confronts Reggie about the deal. She like goes up to him and goes like, "What the fuck? You sold my soul?" And then he basically is just like, "He didn't want my soul though. He said your soul is better or something. He wants your soul." But then I was like, wait, but he does want your soul because your name is on the fucking like on his little notepad. So that doesn't make sense. Unless he's just playing like 4D chess or whatever. Because later on we'll find out. But then, yeah, basically Veronica gets super mad at him, tells him to get out. The devil shows up again and suggests a new deal. And so in exchange for her soul, if she can get Alice to take Alice's soul, which is Betty's mom, in place of her soul. So she's like, alright, I guess. And then cuts to Jughead getting calls from everyone. And then, like I said again, people believe this story. Like, I don't know who the fuck is like, "Oh my god, the devil, that's so true." Oh, it's really weird. But he's getting super famous or whatever the fuck. Then it cuts to the pop shop again. I think the same, like, homeless guy walks in. He has no money. Tabitha basically tells him to, like, just take a seat anyway. They'll feed him.
Yeah, and then there's like that guy. Yeah, he's like, "That was a very nice thing you did. You're a kind woman."
Yeah.
Here's some random gift. My name's Raphael.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm from," and then he like looks up in the sky up there, and you're like, "What?"
I guess by the way, angels, there's going to be a huge ass fucking fight in this diner.
Yeah, basically. Like, this one diner is the...
Why the fuck would you open with that?
This diner, this one diner, is gonna be the one fight for all of good and evil on Earth throughout the entire world, and you fucking people are gonna be in it for some reason. Oh man, it's funny. But yeah, he just like hands her like a I don't know, like a glass of like milk or something. And he's like, "Use this, you'll need it." And it's like, "Oh, okay." So I guess that'll come in handy at some point later.
Yeah.
And then it goes to... Yeah, Veronica gets Alice in her office.
Yeah, she didn't follow through it.
Yeah, she like she's literally about to... She like lies and says she'll like give money, part of her portions of the casino to her, to which she can use. But she's using it as like a fake way to get her to sign a document. She's just about to do it, and then Veronica gets a conscience and is like, "Nah." She's fine with doing it to Nick, but no, like, Alice is too far. And then so she doesn't go through with it. And then I think that's where it ends with her part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes to Jughead, right? And then it goes to Jughead.
Well, it cuts to Jughead very shortly.
Yeah, he's trying to type on the typewriter, and he's saying words that he wants to say, and then he's like, as he's typing it, it just comes out as gibberish. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "I guess the devil was very literal." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't believe the devil."
Yeah.
If that was, but then yeah, he goes to Betty. She's talking to the trash bag killer again.
Oh, and the trash bag killer talks to Polly.
Yeah, for some reason Polly is in... hell?
Yep. And then,
Betty's like, "What the fuck?"
Like, fucking kills the guy.
Yeah. She gets super mad because she's in hell and she's burning in there. Even though, like, I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then, yeah, and then she, like, grabs scissors and runs over and, like, stabs him, like, 8,000 times.
Yeah, and then
finally,
appears.
I don't know why she didn't do this to begin with, or I don't know why she didn't do this after she learned it wasn't actually the trash bag killer.
It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, like, why didn't you do this when you learned he wasn't the trash bag killer and pull off his mask? But she just decides to finally pull off his mask, and it's fucking Glenn.
Yeah, it's Glenn.
Of all people. And then the devil appears there and is basically just like, "Haha, I tricked him. I tricked Glenn into coming here.
So
I used your voice. No, I mimicked your voice to bring him here." But then, like, also, like, as he said, I mimicked your voice. that also means he probably just mimic. That means probably Polly isn't in hell.
Yeah.
Because if he can just mimic voices, any voices at any time, then
she literally killed her what? Ex-husband / ex-boyfriend / just friend / I have no idea at this point.
She kills just some random dude. I don't know.
Like, who the fuck is this guy now? We don't even know.
He's just some random guy at this point.
Doesn't he have a wife now?
Well, it is mentioned later on, but yes. And then it goes to Veronica decides to do a swan song, like a last song, before she goes or something. At the white worm or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It goes to Jug, begs the devil to be able to write again. And then he's like, and the devil's like, alright, but I'm selling your soul this time. I want your soul this time. And he's like, alright. And then he's like, I'm nothing without my fucking writing. I'll sell my soul. And he just does it. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, that was easy. And then it cuts to fucking Veronica on stage in like one of the most skimpiest outfits in the world. Dancing. She's dancing and singing. Was it the devil shows up at the pop shop after this? To, I guess, sign the deal. And then both of them sign, or like this is one of the parts that I thought was funny too. So like, Tabitha is like, let's make, is this contract ironclad? Like, you know, there's no other tricks or whatever. Once we sign this, Pop's soul is free. And I'm free, and then he's like, yep. And then like, they don't even look at it too, they just like sign it immediately. Both of them.
Yeah.
Again, and I'm like, oh, okay. What was that whole thing about, what was that whole thing of being ironclad? I guess that was just bullshit.
Yep.
And then right at the end, Tabitha suggests a last milkshake to end the deal between them. And then it cuts to this whole time too, it's like intercutting between Veronica just dancing. So Tabitha gives last milkshake, they drink, and then it fucking turns out Tabitha spikes the drink with that little cum fucking bottle, and it turns out it's the tears of the Virgin Mary shed at the crucifixion. And then the fucking devil's throwing up because of this. He throws up like black sludges and all that shit.
Yeah, or blood or something.
Yeah. Tabitha and Pop also drink from the exact same thing, but they're saved from it from the devil. I guess this gives them like immunity or something.
Yeah.
And then the devil's like, what about our deal? And then she's like, yeah, about that. And then they literally just kick him out of the fucking...
Yeah, and then they're like taking the water, like the holy angel tears water, and they're like putting it around the entrance to Pops, and like, haha, you can't come here, you little bitch.
And I was just like, yeah, but I was just like, wait, you only put that in the front of it. Couldn't he just like go in the back door or like destroy all the other places that don't have it?
Throw himself through a window?
Yeah. Or just throw a rock, destroy it from the outside.
Yeah. Like pull like a fucking Ralph from The Simpsons. It's just like the devil just comes through the window.
Just yeets himself into the window.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeah.
So that happens, the devil's pissed, and they leave. And then it cuts to Jughead writing on the typewriter. He can write again, but what he fucking writes is something along the lines of like, Jughead is damned for all of eternity or something.
Oh.
And then, but he's like smiling because he can write again. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess he's fine with that.
Is he though?
I mean, if I saw that I had written that, I'd be like, what? Something's wrong with me. So that happens. Oh yeah, so it cuts to Betty then. She's like sitting somewhere, I guess in her house. The FBI fucking just calls her. And it's like, hey, have you seen Glenn? He's fucking missing. And she's like, no, I haven't seen him. And then yeah, this is where the fucking FBI mentions that he has a wife. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I thought Betty was a thing with him.
Maybe she's a mistress.
Yeah. Is she like the side piece that we just had no idea about? Like what?
Yeah.
I thought they were boyfriend or dating or at least fucking, I thought. Because there was multiple times throughout the different seasons that you're like, or at least last season where you're like, oh, maybe they're dating? I don't know. Because remember they were like in bed together or something at one point. They were talking like in the same room. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, but then it like, she's on the phone call with the person, and then it's panning lower and lower down, and then it goes to fucking, it shows Glenn guy buried, I guess, underneath her house? Or something, right? It shows like where his corpse is.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, no, it's really messed up if you think about it.
Yeah.
And then this goes to, was it the part with Veronica's talking to Reggie then at the end? It's after midnight and he's like, whoa, what happened? You're still here. And then she's like, yeah, I brokered a new deal with the devil. And then she's like, in exchange for, or like, once a new soul every week or something, right? That I will give to the devil. Like every new soul that comes to the casino, or like not every, like one new soul from the casino, I have to give to him. So she's fine with that, but not fine with. She's fine with the giving the soul for Nick. She's fine with giving like one soul from every, at least once per week, from the casino, but not with like Alice. The one time with Alice. So I'm like, okay. But she's fine with like possibly hundreds or thousands, because she has to do it throughout her whole life, right? Was the deal too. So she's fine with that. I don't know, it's really weird. And then there's a knock at the door, and then all of a sudden Reggie's like, who's that? And then she's like, it's the devil for you. Trick question. The deal starts tonight, and you're the first soul. And then Reggie's like, oh, god damn it. And then he opens the door, and then it cuts to it, like you don't see it, but like he goes to the door. It just shows Reggie's or Veronica's point of view. Yeah. But then you see fire. You see him screaming, and then there's like fire, and then I guess so his soul is in the fucking in hell now, which is I guess what he wanted. The devil, all along. It was just the devil's roundabout way of selling, of eventually getting Reggie's soul, but through this roundabout way.
Yeah.
Oh god. But yeah, so that was the end of episode 3. This series is just getting more and more. I wonder if it's like gonna be one of those like horror movies where just like everyone just dies in the end. That would be interesting.
There's this article that talks about like Archie's death. And it's like, Riverdale's shock death proves the show is better off without this main character.
I saw that on like a Reddit when I was looking through it the other day, and I was just like, I mean, he's not really the main character. There's like at least 5, so...
He's like,
I don't really know.
Archie's absence hasn't been all that noticeable, and I kind of have to agree.
I mean, yeah, because... I don't know, like... There's 4 other main, like he's not the only main character. Like since season 1, even like they've had like 5 or 6 different main characters that they jump through, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wouldn't really.
All right.
I mean, I don't know, it's really funny how they never mention Archie past that one.
Yeah,
point.
I know.
But they're fine. They get so upset about the possibility of killing other people, except for that one time with Archie, like 3 episodes ago. They're all fine with that, and they're all fine with covering it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny to me. But yeah, thank you for watching. We'll do episode 4, hopefully. Hopefully. This week won't be as hectic as the one that just passed. And yeah.
All right.
It's gonna get more insane and crazy, but yeah, thank you for watching.
All right.
We'll see you
Thanks.
guys. Peace.